Hi everyone, it's Jay from Mitosu Crafts, and we're an independent Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK. Thank you for joining me today, where I'll be showing you how to create your own fun pop-up card. Here's my first prototype that I recently shared with you on a previous blog post. So it folds flat and opens up with the two crates full of flowers. I used the Woodward's Clear Bundle. It comes with this stamp set as well as the Wood Crate framelits dies, along with the Jar of Love photopolymer stamp and the Everyday Jars framelits dies. So let's get started. You need a Sahara Sand card, A4 cut lengthways in half, a crumb cake stamping pad, and we are using the floral stamps. So I stamped right at the front and just randomly stamp along the bottom of your card inside. So this is just to create an interest around the card and make a border for any sentiments that you would want to add for your card. So the next stamp I'm using is from the Jar of Love. It's just the branch, again randomly stamped in crumb cake ink. For this tutorial, I'll be concentrating more on how to create the pop-up crates for your card rather than decorating the crates, but I will be including how I decorated the crates at the end of the video. So just bone fold the score line and that's your base card done. You need to cut 4 sides of the crates, and you can do this using 2 Wood Textures Designer Series paper stack. So get your wood crate die and align the side with the tabs and the middle of the die, which is the bottom of the side of the crate, if that makes sense. So I'll show you quickly on how you can align it, and then you just die cut that, move it along, and that will give you 2 sides for one crate. And then the offcuts you can use for your tabs inside. So if you have a 6 centimeter offcut, if you line it in the middle of your die and then die cut that, that will give you 3 or 4 tabs for the inside of your pop-up crate. So with the 6 centimeter lengthways, just score at 1 centimeter and at 5 centimeter, and then bone fold that to give you your tabs to hold your flowers. So once you've die cut your crates, just cut off any excess along the bottom. Before we construct the crates, we can use Versamark and heat emboss the side and the front of the crates in white embossing powder. You only need to emboss 3 of the sides, as the other one will be facing the back and stuck onto the card, so there's no point doing the 4th one. Once they're all nicely embossed, we can start burnishing all the folds and construct our crates. You can actually only use your bone folder on the non-embossed bits of the paper, so just use your fingers for the rest of the folds. So I've decided to use Tombow just to give me a bit more wiggle room when sticking the tabs down. Just make sure that you align the bottom of the paper and not the top. This just ensures that both sides are in line with each other as well. And once that's stuck down, just fold it that way as well, so then at least you know that it is nice and straight. So for the second one, do the same. Just put Tombow on the tab, align it along the bottom of the paper, and just make sure it's nice and straight, so then when it's constructed, it can easily move when you open the card. Once those are done, we can cut 4 slits on the top crate. So to do this, make sure that you have the embossed side and front of your crate facing you, and working from the right corner, mark 2.5 centimeters and 6.5 centimeters on your grid paper, then mark it on your actual crate. Just use your paper snips to snip up halfway up your first plank of wood. Turn it over and working from left to right again, 2.5 centimeters and 6.5 centimeters. So basically the gap in between those two is the width of your crate. So just to double check that it works, just slot it in the bottom crate and it should stay intact on there once it's glued in. You can now add the tabs inside to hold the flowers. I started with the bottom crate, which is the one with just the one embossed side. So use Tombow again to put glue on the tabs. Align it on the top plank and then just squeeze it in, and then that should glue in the other side. So I'm only putting 2 tabs on this one because the most of the side will be covered with the top crate anyway. So as you can see, I've just placed it right next to the other tab, but it is only 1 centimeter tab, so you can actually afford to make the space in between those two a bit more. Same goes for the top crate. I am just lining it up on the top plank, on the side, and then sticking one side in before folding the crate down just to help it actually be glued in the correct place instead of forcing it in place. Do the same for the rest of the tabs, so you'll end up with 2 on the bottom and 4 on the top crates. We can then adhere the crates onto the card. So with the design facing you, fold it down and align it on the right hand side of your card and the bottom. Use Tombow again just to have more wiggle room. Apply that onto the non-embossed side, keeping it in place where it needs to be, and then just fold your card down. So this will stick the crate where it needs to go, and making sure that it doesn't come out of your card and ruin the surprise. For the top crate, you just need to slot the slits that you made earlier, making sure that you butt it against the card on its side. It is slightly fiddly, just reaching down, but once it's in place, just make sure that you fold the card down again, and then that it stays nice and flat. And then get your adhesive and add it onto the right side of the crate to secure that onto the card. I didn't secure the side of the card, but I guess you can do that as well to have more security that it is going to stay in place. There we go, the 2 pop-up crates are in place, ready for decorating. So with the decoration, I use the Jar of Love stamps. The colors I've used are Powder Pink, Flirty Flamingo, Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist, and Trunkle Tide. So I've used the stamp and the matching dies to make these decorations of flowers. You can decorate the crates as you wish, but every time you stuck a flower down, just make sure that you close the card down again and check that the top of the flowers doesn't go out of the card, just like so. Just make sure that it's always in place inside the card. Here is the decorated crates, and now we can just finish off the front. But before we do that, I decided to make a belly band using the offcuts from the Wood Textures DSP from earlier. This measures 2.5 centimeters by 15.3 centimeters. Place one against the front of your card. fold the top and the bottom, but make sure that you do give it enough wiggle room so it's easier to take in and out of your card. So as you saw, I've just used the second piece of DSP to form the belly band. So it doesn't matter what size your DSP is really, as long as you can form a belly band from the two strips of DSP. So once that's done, we can finish off the front of the card. So I've used tear and tape just to place randomly at the bottom right of the stamped image. This is the copper trim, and just spread it out a little bit. Solid basic black baker's twine, and the love sentiment is from the Jar of Love stamp set, stamped in Tranquil Tide, and I've just cut it randomly, just to give a bit more interest as well with the sentiment instead of your normal square or rectangular shape. And I've just used some flowers and flourishes, leaves, and just randomly place that underneath the sentiment. There we go, that is it. That is your pop-up crate of love. You can check out more information on the products used from our blog, mitosustampin.blogspot.co.uk, which I will put the link up under the video description below. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at the end of this video. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Please do try this fun pop-up card and share your creations with us via our Facebook page. You can follow us on Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram as well. Thanks again. Until next time. Bye!